And we have been knocked out of the FA Cup from Crew Alexandria. Messi to win it for Barcelona. We need to save this one. Come on, Dave. He hits it. We are Premier League champions for the second straight season.
In this same
G'day guys, how's it going? It is JarradHD here. Welcome to the first episode in the third and final season for the FIFA 17 Chelsea Career Mode series. We have so much to achieve in this third season. It is going to be the final season, and we have some goals that we need to complete. Of course, we have won back-to-back Premier League titles. Can we go for the trifecta? Maybe we could even go for an Invincibles season. But the Champions League and FA Cup are where the majority of my attention is falling. Of course, last year we did lose in the semi-finals on a penalty shootout to Barcelona. Absolutely heartbreaking stuff. But this year, with even better talent being recruited into the side, we will be looking to go that step further. And of course, last season with the FA Cup, we suffered the shock elimination in the quarterfinals against Crew Alexandria. And funnily enough, they went on to win the bloody FA Cup. But with the FA Cup this year, we also want to win that. We lost it in the final to Manchester United in the first season. So season 3 is where we put all of our objectives to bed. Anyways, lads, if you do go on to enjoy today's episode and you are new around here, make sure that you leave a like on the video and hit that subscribe button down below. We are posting career mode content on the daily. But anyways, lads, I'm pretty excited to get into season 3 and get into the transfers. But before we can do that, we have to answer your press conference questions. So let's do that now. So as always, fellas, if you want to have a chance of getting your question answered in the next episode, don't forget to leave it in the comments section down below. Alan2001 says, are there any positions you want to improve for next year? There is 2. Number 1, right midfield / right wing. We have Willian and Pione Sisto and Quadrado out on loan, but I want to go that next step further. I want to get someone that's high 80s, low 90s into the squad to basically round out that whole attacking force we have, because everywhere else in our attack is ridiculously good. Like, we have a 90 rated player for every single position. We got Dybala, Griezmann, Hazard, James Rodriguez, and now I want to get somebody else in right midfield. Also, I want to get rid of Andre Gomez. If you followed the season last year, or last season, you would have realized that Andre Gomez was a dead set flop for us. I want to get rid of him and replace him with a world-class centre midfielder. Robbie K says, after a long 2 years at Chelsea, Chelsea fans have had enough of the JarradHD era. Critics also think that it would be much better for your manager career if you were to move to a different club. What do you think about this? As I have said since day 1 of this series, the first episode I said that it was my main goal to win the Champions League within 3 seasons. I am sticking to my word. I am a man of my word. I pride myself on that, and I am sticking with Chelsea for this 3rd season. Bryson Tiller fans says, Griezmann and Dybala are fighting about who is the better man to play up front. As a result, Griezmann has lost his temper and took a hit at Dybala and wants to leave now. Would you consider selling Griezmann? I think this is all a little bit of media tabloids. There is no way in the world Griezmann hit Dybala, to my knowledge. These guys are bloody, they're gonna go bromance. They live in the same apartment together. I don't think they're gonna hit one another for taking the striker role. Their last season, they were rotating between another with all the fixture congestion that we had. So I'm going to put that comment to bed. Griezmann, Dybala, going nowhere at the moment. And the final question for today's press conference comes from Jared Hocking, who says, after Hazard had a poor season and only scored 2 or 3 goals, will you be looking to replace him with someone like Neymar? Once again, I'm a man of my word. I said at the start that I wouldn't be selling Hazard. on my own terms, and I won't be selling Hazard. He's worth more to me than just goals. He got some decent assists last year. He was setting up the plays nicely, making runs up the wing. He does so much off the ball that we don't see on the camera. So Hazard, his position is more than safe here. So lads, that will conclude today's press conference. Thank you once again for the fantastic questions. But now, let's get into Season 3, the transfers. Let's see who we can bring in. So I have compiled a short list going off the comments that you guys left in the past season about right midfielders, right wingers and centre midfielders. So I'm going to go through it now and talk a little bit about who I want to be going in for mainly. So for right midfielders we have Riyad Mahrez, Bernardo Silva, Sadio Mane, Ousmane Dembele, Nabil Fekir and Gareth Bale. Then with centre midfielders I've got 3 players here, Toni Kroos, Koke and Renato Sanchez. I'm going to talk about right midfielders first, and there's 2 or 3 players on here that I would love to have for our Chelsea squad. They are freaking Riyad Mahrez, Gareth Bale and Nabil Fekir. Dembele, Mane and Silva I'm not going to be going in for, mainly because they're around the same overall that Willian and Sisto are around right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove these guys from the shortlist. I just wanted to put them on here because you guys left comments and I wanted to acknowledge your comments. So for Riyad Mahrez, I'm just going to be offering up his valuation of £44.5 million, seeing what Leicester City have to say about that. The same with Nabil Fekir, it's going to be £35 million. I'm going to do that with all these players just because I want to get a nice evaluation on what the clubs rate them as. And then Gareth Bale, let's see what Real Madrid are saying. So he is 57 million in value, so I'm going to do that of course, but then his chief executive is 72.5 to bloody 85.5, so let's say 57 right there. Now with this centre midfielders, out of all these players, it's probably going to be between Koke and Toni Kroos. I would go for Renato Sanchez if this was the first season, but it's the 3rd season. We need someone that is going to be the end product right now. Sanchez would be great if we had some time to develop him, but at the moment, I'm not going to be going in for him. So Koke's contract is expiring in less than 12 months, so I was going to go and offer like a straight swap for Gomez, but I might just go and try and get him for cash. So I will put up 26 million for Koke. Toni Kroos on the other hand, I'm probably going to try doing a straight swap here for Andre Gomez. So they're about the same value. We'll submit that and see what Real say. I kind of feel like that was a dumb move considering Gomez is probably valued higher than Toni Kroos is, but we'll see what they say. Now transfer listed wise, last season was all about getting rid of the deadwood, and the start of this season is about getting rid of the deadwood players that I didn't get rid of. So we have Van Ginkel, De Silva and Collins all transfer listed. Van Ginkel the highest rated out of all of them, mainly because he is just so valuable to have sitting in the reserves. May as well get the money for him. De Silva, he just has so much competition ahead of him. May as well clear up a bit of squad space. And then Collins, because we got Marcus Jackson in the youth player, and Collins is just going to be deadwood. And we will have our first training session of the 3rd season here. So we have Bertrand Traore, Ola Aina, Dominic Solanke, and then Marcus Jackson, the man, the myth, the legend, all being trained here. Let's see how we perform. So I want to get Jackson up into the 70s this season, and that is not a good way to start off training for the year. Terrible. So pre-season tournament time, let's advance into our invites. So I kind of want to go to Australia so I can take on some Australian sides, but I've got to go where the money is. Let's go to the American Challenge Cup. So I was right. Real Madrid accepted the straight swap for Toni Kroos and Andre Gomez. And you know what? Gomez might be worth a little bit more than Kroos, but he was terrible. I'm pretty confident that Toni Kroos is going to be a lot better in game than Andre Gomez was. So we'll offer up what he wants money-wise. $325,000, 2 years, crucial first-team player. Atletico Madrid just flat out reject us because Koke's too valuable to them. So we'll submit a new offer here. But right now I'm leaning towards Toni Kroos. Let's see what happens though. I will bump it up an extra 10 million and see what they say. Real Madrid want £102 million for Gareth Bale. Jeez Louise. Alright, I'm going to have to bump it up a lot more. I don't think I'm going to offer that much. I'll say 78 million there. I don't want to throw all my money at him this early. And Olympic Lyon wants 60.5 million pounds for Nabil Fekir. So that is cheaper than Bale, but you know what you're getting for Bale at least. So we'll go up a little bit. I don't want to be too stingy, but I don't want to be stupid with my money either. I'll say 48.5. Leicester City wants 75.5 million for Riyad Mahrez. Holy crap, I guess he is 88 rated. Pretty surprising to see him that highly rated, but that is a lot of money. I will just say 62.5 million, kind of meet them in the middle. So we do have the opening game in our American International Challenge Cup campaign, the preseason tournament. Let's see how we perform. You can see I am rocking a pretty youthful and weak side. Two reasons. Number one, I don't want to risk injuries. It's a good opportunity to give players a go. And number two, the players aren't available. So a lot of our players are on international duty, but we do take the lead here. 1-0 up, I will sim it, and we win 2-1. That's surprising. Transfer offer for Marco van Ginkel. Alright, Napoli, 15.5 million. You know what? I'm just going to accept that. May as well. There's no point risking losing out on the money overall over another 1.5 million. Toni Kroos accepts our transfer offer. I'm going to wait and see what Atletico Madrid say. But if Atletico Madrid don't want us to have Koke, I'm just going to go ahead and accept that. Real Madrid still want 102 million for Gareth Bale. Might be a little bit easier when we get rid of Marco van Ginkel, but I'll kind of bump it up a little bit. I'll just say 90 million on the dot. And they accept 48.5 million for Nabil Fekir. So that's a lot cheaper than Gareth Bale, but you're paying for quality, I guess. It's going to be a lot cheaper to get Fekir in, so I'm interested to see what happens. 80,000, 3 years, and we'll say important first team player. So Atletico Madrid wants 66 million for Koke, but I'm just going to get rid of that. I'm not going to go in for Koke, and I'm going to accept a player that, when in Season 2, when we signed Andre Gomez, it was between Andre Gomez and Toni Kroos. We made the wrong decision the first time. We're not going to make it this time. Welcome to Chelsea Football Club, Toni Kroos.
To the beat till it hurt. Everybody in the club go to work. I'm a rock to the beat. Everybody in the Everybody in the club go to work.
Everybody go to work. Work, 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 work. Yo!
Leicester City accepts 62.5 million for Riyad Mahrez, so it's all coming together. It's all coming up Millhouse. So let's see, 220,000, 3 years, crucial first team player. It's getting interesting. So we now push on into the second game of our American Challenge Cup preseason tournament, taking on FC Dallas here. So let's see how we perform. Would be nice to get the win and qualify into the knockout rounds of the tournament. That means more money for us. And we get a goal in the first minute. Pione Sisto stepping up and unsurprisingly finding the back of the net. We simulate it and we win 2-1 once again. Thanks for coming. And Marco van Ginkel has left the club. He's moving to Napoli and we get an extra 13 million pounds to add into the piggy bank. Nabil Fekir accepts our contract offer. So now I'm going to wait and see what Mahrez and Real Madrid say. So Real Madrid still want 102 million for Gareth Bale. Now, out of all the players, Gareth Bale's the one I want the most because obviously we're going for the Champions League title. He has so much experience in the Champions League and he's 90 bloody rated. He would just take our side to another level. So I might, we got the money now, so I might just offer it up and meet them at 102 million. May as well. I know some of you guys might be pissed off that I'm overpaying for some players, but it's all worth it in the long run, in my opinion. If I know I want them and if I know they're going to strengthen the side, I don't see any concern in overpaying. And now we have the third game in our group for the Challenge Cup, so let's see how we go. It's against Sevilla. We've already qualified, they've already qualified, both on 6 points, so this just determines who finishes higher. We simulated, it's a 1-1 draw, fair enough. Riyad Mahrez accepts our contract, so we have Mahrez and Fekir both accepting. Let's just wait and see what Real Madrid and Gareth Bale say. And we do get an extra £2.5 million for qualifying into the next stage of the Challenge Cup. Transfer offer for Jay De Silva. Shrewsbury Town coming in for the left back. I'm going to accept that. Get him off our books once and for all. Real Madrid, of course, accept our transfer offer. Let's go in for Gareth Bale now. He wants £350,000. 2 years, crucial first team player, come to Chelsea, son. Look at that. Romelu Lukaku has gone from Manchester United to Bayern Munich. £67.5 million. He's 88 rated. Jeez Louise, Lukaku. We are now into the semi-finals of the American Challenge Cup, taking on Benfica. Let's see how we perform. Would be nice to make the final, but I'm happy either way. It's only pre-season, so we're going to simulate it here. We lose 1-0. De Silva gets a red card. Too bad he's leaving, but that is our pre-season tournament over. So we do get another £3.5 million for qualifying, for getting knocked out, for competing in the American Challenge Cup. I'll happily take that. That is decent for simming a few games. Transfer offer for Bradley Collins. Every time I get the little one popping up, I think it might be Gareth Bale accepting, but Crew Alexandria, what a history we have with them. They want Bradley Collins, 325. They've offered his value. Fair play to them, I'll accept that. Jay De Silva has moved to Shrewsbury, another £475,000 coming into the club. But bigger news, Gareth Bale accepts the contract offer. Do we accept Bale or Mahrez? Mahrez is definitely a lot cheaper, but it is our last season, so I'm not too worried about penny pinching. I'm going to accept it. We have big ambitions. We need a big name player to match it. Welcome to Chelsea Football Club, Gareth Bale.
You just a memory that I can't break, but I can't shake the ghost that you left behind here.
Love to have you, Mahrez, but unfortunately Gareth Bale picked you this time. Maybe in a future career mode I might sign him. So you will see a lot of our players are on international duty, but I just wanted to show you how bloody strong our team is. So I know Griezmann and Dybala don't play together because they're both left-footed, so they both play in the same position, but look how strong our bloody team is. Rodriguez, Kroos, Bale, Aurier, Laporte, Bonucci, De Gea. This is an amazing team. Our whole front five are all 90 rated. That is insanity. I'm really excited to see how we go this season. I really don't have heaps more plans transfer-wise because our side is just so ridiculous, but let's just wait and see what transfer offers come in now. Transfer offer for Bertrand Traore, okay. AC Milan, $20.5 million for the striker. While I don't want to get rid of him, I will get in there and try getting some money for him. I don't want to sell him, so I'm going to say $40.5 million. Surely that's not going to be accepted. Transfer offer for Paulo Dybala. Manchester United want him, $89.5 million, but there is no way in the world Dybala is going anywhere. And Bradley Collins has left the club, going to Crew Alexandria. I'm fine by that. Another little bit of deadwood out of the club. And we will have another training session here. So we have Bertrand Traore, Charlie Musonda, Nathaniel Chalobah, and Marcus Jackson all being trained as per normal. Let's see how they perform. I'm hoping Marcus Jackson goes up a little bit. So he has another very poor session. A lot of our players having a poor session again. Understandably, AC Milan aren't going to go ahead and continue fighting for Bertrand Traore. that was the whole point. I don't want to get rid of him, but if I was to get rid of him, it had to be for a big sum. Transfer offer for Eden Hazard. Real Madrid want him for 79 million, but as I said in the press conference, as I've said all throughout, he is not going anywhere, but I've just noticed his morale is unhappy. I don't know why. I'm going to have to play him a lot more now. Transfer offer for Ciro Immobile. Another player I'm not keen on selling. He's been a very good impact player for us. Rejecting that, no way is he going to West Brom. So I've just been looking and analysing our squad on where I think that we need to improve, and I've just realised Ivanovic retired last season. I knew he was retiring, but it just completely slipped my mind last season and at the start of this season. So I'm thinking we need to go in and bring another right back into the club, somewhere in between Ola Aina and Aurier, because I do remember last season we had to rotate right back a lot. So let me know what right back players you would like me to bring in. I'd like them to be high 70s maybe. And you know what, fellas, that is where I am going to conclude today's episode of the Chelsea Career Mode series, the first episode of the third season in the series. Toni Kroos and Gareth Bale both coming into the squad. We are building something special here at Stamford Bridge. And if you look just above my head right now, you will see that next episode we have the Community Shield taking on Crew Alexandria, who won the FA Cup. They knocked us out on a penalty shootout in the FA Cup last season, so we have a little bit of revenge to enact. But anyways, lads, if you enjoyed today's episode, make sure that you leave a like on the video. If we could hit 200 likes, I will make sure that I upload another episode of this Career Mode series tomorrow. Hit that subscribe button down below if you are new around here, and make sure that you check out my social media links, my Twitter, my Instagram, and my Snapchat. All three of those linked down below as per normal. But most importantly, fellas, I hope you have a fantastic day. It has been JarradHD here. I'm out. Peace.